All right, so this week for No Red Ink, we are working on direct objects and indirect objects. Couple of things when you're working through this, well, there are a couple of easy steps that you can take to make sure that what you're looking for or what you're identifying is in fact a direct object or an indirect object. We'll start with direct objects. First, the direct object is always going to follow the action verb, so it's always typically going to come either toward the end of the sentence or maybe the middle of the sentence. It will always be a noun or a pronoun. So it's always going to be a person, place, or thing, or it's going to take the place of a person, place, or thing. And it's always going to answer the question of what or whom. That's probably like our easiest test. So if we look at sentence number 1, there we go. Jay gave a cookie to his sister. So gave is our verb, it's our action verb. And if I ask the question, gave what? Cookie is what he gave. And so we're going to go ahead and label that as our direct object. It checks all the boxes. It follows an action verb. It's a noun, and it answers that question of what or whom. To his sister, in case you're like, well, sister is a noun too, Mrs. Weber, but this is a prepositional phrase. And a direct object is never going to be in a prepositional phrase. All right, sentence number 2. Without a question, Karina will pass her test. So will pass is our action verb. And then if I asked pass what, test is what she's going to pass. So that's our direct object. Again, it checks all the boxes. It's a noun. It comes after the verb, and it answers what or who. I'm sorry, what or whom. Number 3, Colin earned an A on his science project. So earned is our verb. A, I know that sounds weird to be a direct object, but A is going to be our direct object because if we asked earned what, he earned an A, as in the grade. On his science project, that's going to be a prepositional phrase. Remember, the direct object cannot be in the prepositional phrase. So it's like automatically, there's no way it can be, we're not going to find the direct object in there. Okay. Indirect objects, also a little bit easier to find once we know where they are. So an indirect object is always going to come between the action verb and the direct object. It's almost like it's going to kind of interrupt things. It will always be a noun or a pronoun, and it's always going to answer to what or to whom. So just like the direct objects, an indirect object is going to check off 3 boxes. So if we look at this first sentence right here, Jay gave his sister a cookie. So gave, I should have left myself more space here. Gave is our verb. If I said gave what, he gave a cookie, so that's going to be our direct object. To whom did he give the cookie? He gave it to his sister. So that's going to be our indirect object. Number 2, Karina will pass will pass her mom the salad bowl. Let's fix that. So Karina will pass her mom the salad bowl. Will pass is our verb. Salad bowl answers are what? She's going to pass what? She's going to pass the salad bowl. So that's going to be our direct object. To whom is she going to pass the salad bowl? To her mom. So that's going to be our indirect object. And you'll see the sentence usually goes subject plus verb plus indirect object plus object. So it kind of, direct object. So you'll kind of see that there's a pattern that develops when we're looking for those indirect objects. Let's test this. Down in sentence number 3. Colin earned himself a Saturday school for the failed test. Poor Colin. All right, so Colin is our subject. Earned is our verb. If I said earned what, he earned a Saturday school. So Saturday school is a noun, right? It answers the earned what, earned a Saturday school. Who earned, or to whom was the Saturday school assigned? It was assigned to himself. So that's going to be our indirect object. And if we look here, up here, we've got our equation, our sentence equation. Subject plus verb plus indirect object plus direct object. We have that down here as well. Subject plus verb plus indirect object plus direct object. And then this over here is a prepositional phrase. And just like the direct object, the indirect object cannot be part of the prepositional phrase. So kind of scan out there so that you can see your examples a little bit more. Maybe press pause on the video so that you can use this as a guide as you work your way through No Red Ink number 4. Good luck.